Hi everybody. I'm Aphrodite Rose Starfire, and I wanted to make this video because Genevieve has inspired me about the common thread, the thin red line, and holding the line. My hair looks so crazy. This is actually my hair brushed. I'm quite certain I have, I don't know if you've seen that cute little boy, but it's called like unbrushed hair syndrome.
This little boy here, he's like a real life Thump mini me lookalike. Look at this little boy here. Now, his hair has been deemed uncombable. In fact, the condition that he has, it's a rare genetic characteristic. Looks like he put his finger in a light socket. Let me play a little bit of this so you guys can laugh. Look at this boy's hair. He's like a mini me Thump, isn't he? And his parents put him on whatever, Twitter, Instagram, I don't know. There's his little brother or sister, I can't tell. But look at the hair on this little boy. This is just hilarious. It's very, very cute. Now you have to wonder if his parents, secretly got some hairspray and tried to give him the Thump comb over. They've got some pictures somewhere. I don't know, but let's take a look at this. This is so funny. So here's some pictures and the uncombable locks. This little boy here. Now, I don't think there's anything, spiritually significant going on here. I thought you guys would just get a kick out of this. Let's read a little bit of this. When 16-month-old Lachlan samples, oh my gosh, like locks of hair, really?
Or something. But I'm pretty sure I have that. And there's like a science to it, and there's like it's connected to the awakening process, but that's a whole other video. Anyways, okay, so Genevieve posted a video today about how she had a near-death experience where she choked on some spit, and I'll include her videos links and maybe clips at the end. I don't know if I'm going to edit this video or not, but I commented that last night I had this very strange dream where I was, I've been having lots of prophetic dreams, and I've been meaning to make videos about it, and I wish I had, because it would have like been very prophetic if I had done it in the time that I had it. But now, anyways, I'll tell you. So last night I had this dream that I like walked into this, it was kind of like a mess hall or cafeteria. I kind of dream of this place sometimes. It's almost kind of like the Harry Potter like dining room where they eat. And I sat down, and it was like I had this memory of childhood in this dimension in my dream. And the memory was that we would eat change, like coins, for like for vitamin reasons. Like instead of taking a vitamin, you would eat coins. So I sit down at this table, and I'm like having this memory. Like I'm like, I still have the consciousness of myself here, but then I'm like sitting down at the table, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember as a kid we used to eat change here. And like I'm like, okay. So I start taking these handfuls, like a handful of coins, when I start eating it. And it's like I also have this view of the back of my throat, like I'm sitting in the back of my throat looking out at the back of my teeth, and I'm watching myself put change into the mouth. And so I have that view. And then I'm like thinking in my dream, I have the coins in my mouth, and I can't swallow them all at once, so it's like I'm swallowing one at a time. And I could taste the metal. And because there was so much change in my mouth, like I'm counting the coins, and I had 68 cents. I had like 2 quarters, a dime, a nickel, and like 3 pennies. And like I'm like trying to swallow each hard metal disc, and I'm tasting the metal. And so I kind of write this comment in Genevieve's comment stream, and also kind of add that I've been having these like magnetic waves, and I think it has to do with like an increase in mucus production, and like we're like priming for a birth kind of thing, and it has to do with the plasma. But so then Genevieve like does another video about this, like the common thread that we've experienced, and between these stories and other people, and the magnetism, and the fainting, and the vertigo. And she starts talking about this dream of 2 birds, and it's like, oh my God, I had this dream too. And this was a dream I was going to make a video about, but I just didn't. Because sometimes I feel like my videos about dreams are kind of self-indulgent and people don't really care. But this dream I had, it was maybe the night of the 20th or the 21st, like it was right before the 22nd. But I was in this small Townsville, USA street with like the puffy trees lining the street, you know, like suburban houses. And it was like a block party kind of thing, where all of the neighbors and all the people were in the middle of the street, like a summertime socializing and kids playing. And it wasn't even like high noon. It was like maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning. And it was like a holiday block party thing. And all of a sudden, like, it was like I'm looking through the street and the trees, and there's these giant blue peacock. Like, it's a giant, huge bird, and it's flying and swirling. And I'm like, oh, look, the peacock. And everybody's like looking at these birds in awe. And this is like Genevieve's dream, but her bird is like a crow, and its belly is turning white, and everybody's looking at it in awe. But my dream, it was this blue peacock, and these like black crows start attacking it. Like they're like going and attacking it. And it's almost like these black birds are like little, and then they merge into one like black bird right before it hits the blue bird. And this giant peacock is like swirling, and then I could see like its feathers are on fire. And I'm like, it's the phoenix, this is the phoenix, this is it, this is finally it. And like, this is what Genevieve's also describing in her dream, like this, like the feeling of like, this is it. And I'm like pointing, and it's like this peacock is swirling, and it was kind of not really bothered that much by this black crow thing that's trying to attack it. It was kind of like a little bit annoyed, but it was like gonna do its thing regardless of this black crow bird. And then there was this other part of the dream that I had that night with the bird, where I was in this waiting room, like this kind of like doctor's waiting room, or it was like a DMV or something like that. And it was daytime. It was kind of like this, where it was bright light coming through the windows, and there was these like desks like coming like up against the window, and people were just kind of waiting in chairs like along these. Everything was white, and we were kind of just waiting with resting our heads on or just like sitting next to the desk waiting. And so I'm on one end of the desk facing the wall, and there's this on the other end, there's this woman, and she's all in black, like a hijab, like all black, but it's and she's slumped over, like she has her head like resting on the desk, and she's sitting in a chair. So it's like kind of this big black kind of blob, but it's not black, it's like black with these brown, dark brown streaks. Like it's black with dark brown, kind of like a hyena coloring. It's like black and brown stripes, like a dark camo almost. And then, so then I'm looking at her, and then she raises her head up, and it's like she has like one of those masks that come right up to the eyes, and it has like a stiff beak, and then it's like kind of pointed, and then she has like her hijab, and it's all like these black drapes, but it's the black and brown striping, and then the mask is kind of like that. And she's kind of like looks up, and then I noticed it's not a mask, it's like her actual skin. It's like this dark black leathery shiny pattern, like a mummy almost. And then as she's like looking up at me, I could see there's like two other little like babies that are the same colors and same kind of withery, dry, desiccated black and brown skin. Like they're all like shriveled. And the two babies are kind of like in her drapery, and they look up at me too. And all I'm thinking is like, oh my gosh, somebody needs to like give these babies food, like they're starving, like they need water. And then I kind of wake up, and I kind of have a realization, like these are like the parasites, and like the parasites have babies, and like, do I need to feel like, I'm like, oh, like, do I really want to keep feeding these starving babies? And then later on, I had this realization that the image of that woman was the same image in I Pet Goat 2, where it's like she's holding like the Super Bowl trophy, or like this football. I might edit it in a picture here, but yeah, it's getting kind of long, but that's it. Yeah, so that's the common thread, the thin red line. And then there's also one with the calico cat, the calico kitten. But yeah, so that's it. Have a good one. Bye.
Who have lived in the last 2-3 fucking years. Shit that we don't even know how to talk about. And it's not because we're hiding it. It's because it's so fucking surreal. So fucking fucked up. Yet, every time I fucking show up, the common thread of us, the unity of what we actually are, what we're living all at the same fucking timeline. I seriously thought I was just making a shits and giggles video last night, guys. Or in the fucking early morning. But it's pivotal. As soon as I speak of what's going on through my body, holy fuck. Not the only one with the C-section scar burning, right? Not the only one with the head in the vice fucking feeling at the same fucking time, same fucking day. I know we already know this, but holy shit, we need to validate it more, right? Why? Because birds of a feather flock together. And that fucking feeling that we're fucking... This is real. I had a dream about 2 birds last night. A blackbird and a blackbird that had white-tipped wings. And And these two birds were flying over. I don't know where I was. There was other people. No one specific. But people from like a rock band or some shit. I don't remember. It wasn't anybody known per se, but it was people who thought they were all this in a bag of chips. Like Matrix rock band people, not fucking artists. And as the birds flew over, for once I wasn't the only one to see something special. And everybody wanted to see the fucking birds. And they flew by, going from left to right. In my dream, the direction per se, I don't know. And when they flew by left to right, everybody was just fucking watching these birds in awe. And speaking of the bird, especially that was black with the white tip wings, the bird with the white tip wings, his underbelly, whatever a fucking bird's underbelly is called, began to turn white. The more people looked in awe at the bird with the white-tipped wings that was black, the more it began to turn white. The more it began to turn white, the more that people were in awe of the bird turning white. And the bird circled and came back and came straight to my feet. Some people dared to come to be with me as the white bird. Just came to me. Just came to me, the white bird. The black bird was there, but the black bird was just like enjoying that the white bird had all the attention. So the black bird was basically standing guard to make sure the white bird was okay. And as the white bird was only paying attention to me, other people just came and touched it anyways. And it was okay. And although he looked like a crow when he was in the air, he turned into a bird like that was more swan-like with a long neck. So when he was with me, as other people were touching it and looking at it and like, blah, 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 people can be, the neck of the bird just was like a cat. Like he was basically almost like a fucking cat, just like his neck all over the place on me. And as I just was in awe and just so like, oh my gosh, like it's finally happening. The blackbird turned white, it's finally happened, is the feeling that was inside of me. One single feather fell to my feet. It was this big, just a white, simple, pure feather, and I grabbed it. It was my gift that I could keep for me. As the white bird just went around, just walked around and let other people either look at it in awe or touch it. I had zero fear. The white bird had zero fucking fear. And I woke up and I looked everywhere for the feather. And I didn't find it. It wasn't in my bed. I fell back to sleep of a dream that I don't feel like talking about. But yeah, common thread. Hold the line or cut the cords. It's so important. There's two fucking choices, right? We can either continue to feed into a certain energy or we cut the fucking cord of that fucking energy and focus only on holding the line to the common thread of what we know inside our fucking soul, embedded in our DNA, that is waking more